Well, hi guys, it's Annie Noodle here, and I just finished this sketchbook, and I'm really excited to show you what's in it. On the outside, as you can see, there's mostly just a lot of cat hair. I almost cleaned it up for you guys, and then I decided I'm just not that person. So, sketchbook started August 2021, done August 2022. Took me a year to finish it because honestly I have too many sketchbooks, and because I tend to fiddle around and do really complicated things in my sketchbook. So day one was August 30th. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's some earlier dates in August that are further along, but this page, my first page in my sketchbook, I reserved for either a door or a window or a path or something like that. You know, like an entryway. Anyways, and this is watercolor. This is one of my favorite pages in the sketchbook. I like doing lettering a lot. I'm not necessarily the best at it, but it's fun, so I do it. So, also I like to draw animals that are being goofy, like usually with their tongue sticking out. So, boop. Here's a pelican. He's cute. He's in watercolor. This is one of those. I jump around a lot. It's not just my first page. I jump around in my sketchbooks a lot. But look at how that granulation, isn't that pretty? Ooh. Some slightly surreal birds with kitties. I really liked painting this because I liked doing these little bits of color coming through the curtains in the window. That was fun. This is my least favorite page in this entire sketchbook, and I've had multiple people tell me that they really like it, and I just can't stand it because I made it, and I hate the hills, I hate the flowers. Yeah, I love the leafy sea dragon. Leafy sea dragons are always cool though, huh? Next page. This is shiny. Oh no, you can't see the shiny. It's so sad. Anyways, it's shiny. It's actually Artistic Isle. Handmade watercolor. Yeah, I'll show you. So I got this really weird, like, random color assortment, and like as you go down through the layers, the colors just change. It's like, here's the ends, and I was like, that sounds like fun. So it is fun. I have a lot more of her paints too because honestly they're just really nice paints and I like them. Anyways, so shiny, watercolor, random. And here's just some random kind of still lifey landscapey things. I really like these pumpkins. They make me very happy. Love painting fall stuff. Here's this lady. Absolutely not creepy. Definitely not creepily glowing. I'm sure she's not up to anything horrible. These are all watercolors so far. This was a Draw This in Your Style challenge, and I can't remember who did it, but it's somebody that I really liked, and she does really beautiful portraits all the time. I don't like this portrait at all, except for her hands. Look at how nice her hands are. Yeah. It's another thing that multiple people have told me that they liked, and I'm like, oh, I just can't. Oh, this is not watercolor. This is ink. So I got these really cool ink sticks here. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I got these ink sticks. They're really cool. You may have seen other people using them. And they come in these pretty little boxes. And so you take these cool little sticks and you grind them on a stone, like with a little tiny bit of water, and it makes ink. And then you do art with it, and it's really fun. Despite the fact that it's really fun, this is all that I've ever done with it, is what's on this sketchbook spread. Every time I see them, I'm like, I want to do more with them, but it is, you have to dedicate time to doing it. And I often do not. But it's just so much easier to reach for things that are pre-made, right? But anyways, so all of these backgrounds are just ink, and isn't that just gorgeous? It does such cool things. And then this is watercolor in the front. So yeah, the backgrounds are all ink and the foregrounds are all watercolor. One of the bad things about the inks is that, like, once they dry, you can't reuse them, like you can't re-wet them. So despite the fact, look at all that coolness there. Despite the fact that they're really cool, it does make it harder to use them because, yeah, they are not rewettable. So this is the first prompt for January Creature Prompt Month. And I think the prompt was piranha. And this just popped into my head, and I love the looks on their faces so much. And this is exactly like, this is me and my best friend, and I'm like, woohoo! And he's like, why do I like her again? Just love the look on their faces. Anyway. And this is another January prompt. This one I think was Bat God, and this is one of my favorite pages in this book, which of course means it took me like 10 seconds, right? Like, I drew this out quick and I slapped a wash of paint on there with some little bloops in it, and then I came back the next, a couple hours later and just did like the shading a little bit and done. And I just, look at his little face. Oh my gosh, so funny. Next page. I'm pretty sure this is a January prompt too. Like, you can see it's January still. I love her. I have no idea what the prompt was for this. And knowing me, I was probably combining multiple prompt lists. This is definitely a January prompt too. I want to say he had something to do with majestic or something. I don't know why he's got so many flippies. I don't know. He's really cool though. I'm happy with him. Like, I don't know why I made him. I should really write the prompts in here. This is a cute bear I made. There he is. I didn't sketch or anything beforehand, so of course he's one of my favorite things in the book because I just kind of slapped him on there quick. And this is my Fine Tech watercolor shininess. Yeah. I don't use them very much, but and if you guys know why the set comes with this completely not shiny black in it, I was like, maybe it's to like be like you can make something black and then put shiny over it. And like the black is not that good. It's just splotchy. This is a dragon. Here he is. I think he's a woodland dragon. That's what I want to call him. The colors are weird because I think I was working with a really limited palette. I don't remember why. It's probably because I was sitting on my couch and I didn't want to get up. Yeah, I'm that person. Oh, this is White Nights. I got this really cool set of White Nights watercolors that all have PW6 in them, so they all have white in them. And they're really cool. And I need to use them more because this is all I've done with them. Guys, this was even before I got my YouTube channel. I like art supplies, okay? So, and this is when I got my Paul Rubens set. This is also one of my favorite pages because I did it in like, I think it was 30 minutes start to finish. So that's all the time I had, and I was like, I just want to try them out. And so I made this little bunny with these flowers, and I love that I didn't let anything dry, so everything just kind of spread and got all dreamy looking. Yeah. It wouldn't work on everything, but it looks cute with this little bunny with his flower. This is a park by my house, and I went outside and painted that day because it was March and I live in Minnesota and it was so warm out. Everything was melting, and I mean, it's cloudy and yeah, but it was still just like the nicest day. And I was like, there's no way I'm spending this day inside. You want to see my favorite part? It's like right here. There's like these little reflections and just little kind of bits of blue in the water and little ice crunkles. That's my favorite part. And this guy came along in his really horrible pink shirt and was fishing for a while. Yeah. I love Minnesota. We're all crazy. Okay, so and this is actually 3 different references. This one, I drew this in a park. Actually in this park, and this is from a trip me and my friends took down south. I think this was in Georgia, so it's just a live oak tree. It's this really awesome live oak tree. They're so cool. And this is just a random statue reference photo I found online. So yeah, I love this actually. Okay, so I got interrupted a couple times, but this is my Prodigal Sons page. These are the first paints I got from him. They're awesome. This is my first YouTube video that I made was about making this. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. His paints are awesome. I've gotten a few more since then. I cannot recommend them enough. They're beautiful. Yeah. He has an Etsy store, Prodigal Sons. So if you wanted to check him out, otherwise watch my video. I think I have a link there. This. So here's a brief lesson for myself about how I shouldn't just draw things in the sketchbook with reference photos and then let the page sit undone. Oh, hi, fly. Let the page sit undone for 6 months because I lost this reference photo, and it's so sad because I was so excited to do it because I'm really bad about painting metal. I have no idea how to paint metal. I lost the reference photo, so I just slapped some paint on it and called it done. The pears are cute though. Yeah. And I like this jar. This jar turned out really neat, I think. Yeah, it took me a while to find that reference photo too. Here's some more fall stuff. Yeah, I like fall stuff. You guys want to see the full spread? Maybe I'll leave it up there and we can just kind of do manual zoom in like this. And then you can see what I painted, but you can also see the full spread. Okay, the sketchbook is giant. And this was a little bit of outdoor painting I did at a local park again. Now we're to May. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. I like how it turned out. It was nice to sit outside and paint. Need to do that more. This is also at a local park. Just sketching. You want to know a secret? This is the same squirrel 3 times, but doesn't it look like it could just be a little horde of squirrels? Sure does. Yeah. And yeah, can you read that? Please don't feed the wildlife at the park, but these squirrels eating peanuts were super cute, because they were. I have a video on this page too, so if you wanted to watch me painting this page and hear about what I think about when I'm painting in my sketchbook, go right ahead. I would link things, but dude, I only have like 17 videos, so like if I had 200 I would link it, but I'm like, it's 17 videos, guys. It's okay. It shouldn't be that hard to find. Yeah, so this is my core set. And I do have a video on this too, sort of. I used the core set to fill up one of my travel palettes, so. Core makes some really pretty colors. I really like painting with them. That's what I've been using as my, I mean, it's, it's traveling when you're in your living room, right? This is just more bison sketches at the local park. I guess these are the first bison sketches. Yeah, there's more bison sketches later. There's a video on painting this, because I painted at the park, and I was trying to figure out how to paint outside. One of the things that I learned while painting that is that bugs can get in between the pages of your sketchbook and get smushed. So, I definitely have a video on this, and it's a train wreck. But it's an amusing train wreck, so maybe you want to watch it. This is all gouache paints, and I will be doing more with them very soon. This is my cat, who's here to help. Thank you, cat. This is actually, here, let me find it. So I was walking in the park, different park. I was walking in a different park, and I saw this. Isn't that cool? And I was like, that's clearly an elf throne. So I painted this like little elf with her little sleepy groundhog buddy. And she's kind of bored because it's cloudy and there's nothing to do in the elf kingdom. I don't know. She's clearly bored though. But I really love how it turned out. I don't paint a lot of pictures that don't have like high contrast, so it was really hard for me to not put in darker and darker and darker and very like contrasty shadows on her. Yeah. And also, I really love to see something in real life and like include a fantasy element when I paint it. I really like that combination. I used this. This is one of our local houses. So this sketch I did in person while I was at the house, and then I went in with watercolors later that day because I like to start the sketch when I'm there in person. And I am working on a painting based on that. So yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. But like this is the house in the background. And yeah. I have got to get that done. It's on my list, guys. It's on my list. I'm gonna get it done. This is gouache at the park. So this came in later after I got markers, little tiny markers. But I don't have a lot of experience with gouache. This was like the first like outdoor gouache thing I did is this one, and there's a video on that too. And so I did this, like I did a sketch while I was there, and then I did the gouache paint over later, and I'm really happy how that turned out. You can still see some of the pen lines in there, but I don't really care. It's still a sketchbook. Yeah, I actually really like how both of these turned out. And if you watch the video, I drew a picture of the fish that scared the snot out of me. Look at that. You can just tell he's got attitude. He just thinks it's super funny that he scared me. This is more buffalo bison. More buffalo-bison. I showed this to my sister and she was like, I like that the little rock has a heart. And I'm like, that's clearly a baby buffalo. Anyways, so I drew these from life. It was very fun. I drew these from life as well. This bunny, which is again just a single bunny, I was trying to drive to get out of the park and he was eating like roots or something in the middle of the driveway, so I couldn't get out because he didn't care that I was there at all. Like, he was like, I'm gonna sit here and eat roots until I'm done eating roots. And I was like, okay, then I'm gonna draw you. Also, I did this. I drew this out in pencil and then I went over it in pen. And then after I'd gone over it in pen, I was like, bunnies? Like, I can't even spell bunnies. Okay, it's fine though. I drew this at the park too. I really like how this turned out. This brown ink that I've been using in all of these is a waterproof. It's a waterproof brown. It's the platinum. This is the same as the platinum carbon, only it is platinum burnt sepia. Brown sepia? Nope, there you go. Sepia. It's just sepia. So, yeah, in case you wanted to know. And this is the pen that I use for all that. He's adorable. Hello. I know I talk about them a lot, but they're just so easy to use and I love their little faces. So, yeah, now I've got ink all over me. Okay. So look, there's a video on this too, and honestly, it is the worst video. That's not just like that's not just me being hard on myself. Like, legitimately, I think I was just having a bad week that week, and it was just like the most boring, disjointed video. Yeah. Even my friends who were super supportive were like, yeah, that video, no. So don't watch that one. Oh, but you should, however, oh, there it is. This is the whole reason why I did that video, was these two, because this is Prodigal Sons has a quinacridone gold that's PO49. Look, some cat hair. So I was like comparing it to the original Daniel Smith PO49 and then like the new Daniel Smith, and yeah, that was the whole point of that video. But I'm pretty sure other people have done that video better who weren't having a bad week. Oh, I love this spread so much. Look at how cute they are. So I got a set of King Art markers. There's like 10 in the set. I got them for super cheap at like TJ Maxx on clearance. And I super love playing with them. They're really fun. And they're so different from watercolor. They're so different from pencil. Like, using thin, using really thin markers like that, like fine line markers, is really fun to me. Like, to do these little sketchy guys. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites in the whole book. Like, I love it. So this is a water, kind of like a Venice type city. Only it's got really tiny people, and there's a kitty, very tiny kitty. So this, I actually scanned this, and I might color it eventually, but like right now I'm saving it to use. I want to start a Patreon, and one of the things that I want on my Patreon is coloring book pages, because people keep asking me for them. So here's a town of tiny people, and there's a sassy fish. Dude, there's like sassy fishes everywhere. Sassy fishes. So yeah, anyways, eventually I will start a Patreon, and this will be one of the first coloring book pages that I put up. I think I'll keep it split in half, but like make sure it's easy to like print each side and then line them up after you print them, because I can't, I mean, if I made it smaller than this, it wouldn't be any fun. So these are watercolor, but they have gouache over them. So like this little bee's got some gouache. I love this page. I love the very faint like watercolor shapes in the background. I love the bright colors. I love those very faint lily pads behind the dragonfly. I like combining gouache and watercolor. It was very fun to paint this. Very, very fun. This I drew at the park again, and then I painted it later. But I did do, I know it's getting kind of dark out, so I think it might be getting hard to see, but I did do this watercolor background when I was at the park, and I just left it to dry. And then I just went in with some gouache and did the flowers and left everything else kind of brown, but I like how it turned out. Sorry, this sketchbook tour is a little bit jerky and weird. It's such an awkward size, and I don't want to have to like do 50 edits of this. So this is also going to be coloring book pages on my Patreon, and this I am definitely going to go in and color because I'm really excited to color this. I just don't know when I'm going to do it, so maybe I'll save it and like we can do it like together sometime. That might be fun. But I need more practice drawing people wearing costumes. Like, I don't really draw clothing very much, so I really want to draw more of these. And all of these are from reference photos. Like, I can't pull this stuff out of my head. I just don't have that kind of experience. This I just did yesterday, and it is definitely my favorite spread in the whole book. I love drawing animals that are making goofy faces. And I did this with a Pentel pocket brush pen. So these are, if I wanted to paint watercolor over these, I could. But I think I'm going to leave them the way they are because they remind me of like illustrations in the books that I read growing up. I think The Lion might be my favorite, but it's hard to say because honestly, I love them all. Look at his face. Just that cat's seen something. And that deer, I love the little like, sorry, Bumpy. I love all these little like form lines that I put in, and I love this, like, I love shading like that. This dog turned out so great. I'm so happy. Like, look at how cool his mouth looks. I'm so happy, and his ear looks really awesome, and he looks like super goofy, and I love this cow. The cow might be my favorite too. I don't know. I have a lot of favorites on this page. Yeah, she just looks so sassy. Yeah. I love everything on this page. Uh-oh. And that is the bye-bye bear. He's waving goodbye because this is the end of the sketchbook. He's so cute though. One last thing is on this page where me and my friend were trying to figure out how to draw cursive eyes. Yeah. And it turns out we both draw them backwards, so that's funny. Anyways, so I really appreciate all of you guys for being here. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last couple weeks, and that's really awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed my sketchbook tour. I have a lot of new videos coming up, and yeah, leave a comment below and let me know what your favorite page was, or let me know if you have any questions about anything that I used for materials in this book. Yeah. I don't know. Appreciate you guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.